Hi, my name is Julia, and what I'm about to share will make you rethink who really holds the power in your family. If you enjoy stories about hidden strength, justice, and clever revenge, hit that subscribe button now, because this story is one you won't want to miss. Imagine spending $35,000 on a family vacation, planning every detail for months, only to be abandoned at the airport, left standing there like you never mattered. That single moment didn't just break me, it rebuilt me into someone they could never control again. Stay with me.
It all began on a bright June morning at JFK Airport. The air smelled of coffee and jet fuel. People rushed past with rolling suitcases, kids tugging at their parents' hands. Everyone seemed excited. Everyone except me, though I didn't know it yet. I had been up since 4 a.m. carefully preparing. I checked our passports 3 times. I packed snacks, water bottles, even neck pillows for everyone. For years, I had been the invisible helper, the so-called adopted daughter, who lived under the same roof but was never treated as blood. And yet, I gave everything. I quietly paid off part of the mortgage when Dad's job was unstable. I covered Sarah's student loans when she forgot her payments. I even bought my mom a Mercedes after her accident because I thought it would make her feel cared for. All this while working full-time, studying for my MBA, and never once asking for recognition. This trip was supposed to be different, a chance to belong. For once, I was excited, genuinely excited. We were standing in line at the check-in counter when Sarah suddenly pulled me aside. "Julia, there's been a mistake with your ticket." Her voice had that fake panic she always used when lying. "What do you mean, a mistake?" I asked, clutching all 5 passports. She waved her phone in my face. "Oh, God, I accidentally canceled your ticket." I froze. My chest tightened. "That's impossible. I booked everything together. The flights, the hotels, the tours. It's all one package." The check-in agent confirmed it with a cold, polite smile. "I'm sorry, ma'am. There's no seat under your name. The flight is full." I looked at my family. Mom shrugged, already walking ahead. Dad avoided eye contact. And Sarah? She smirked, like this was all some private joke. Then came the worst part. They boarded without me. Laughing, smiling, carrying bags I had packed, using tickets I had paid for. 4 months of planning, $35,000. Gone! I stood there as the plane doors closed, the crowd thinned, and silence swallowed me whole. That's when it hit me. I wasn't family. I was their ATM with a pulse, their safety net, their servant with a smile. And they had just made their last withdrawal. The ride back home felt endless. I stared out the taxi window at the blur of New York streets, replaying everything in my head. Why me? Why now? Had I been that naive? I unlocked my apartment, walked inside, and dropped my suitcase. The silence was unbearable. No one called to check on me. Not one text. For days, I wandered from room to room, replaying old memories. Sarah stealing my clothes, Mom praising her while ignoring me, Dad calling me responsible but never loved. Each memory felt like a puzzle piece clicking into place. This wasn't a mistake. This was who they were. And yet, they had underestimated me. 3 weeks later, my phone rang. Marcus Wellington, CEO of Sterling International Holdings, wanted to meet. I remembered him from a business conference, tall, commanding, the kind of man who turned silence into respect. He invited me to his office overlooking Central Park. The skyline shimmered in the morning light as he said,
Julia, your family's Morrison Legacy Tower project. I hear it's in trouble." My heart skipped. He was right. Their $50 million development had cracks in its financing, and Sarah, she'd been embezzling. Investors were pulling out. Marcus leaned forward. "You have two options. Let them collapse, or step in legally, acquire the project, and join Sterling International with 30% equity." I sat there, my mind racing. Years of being invisible, used, discarded, and now I had the chance to turn all of it into power. That's when I realized their greed had given me the keys to their empire. The launch gala came. Crystal chandeliers glowed, cameras flashed, glasses clinked. My family thought I would never show up. I arrived 30 minutes late, wearing the black dress my mother once mocked. Every step echoed against the marble floor. Heads turned. Whispers rose. Patricia, my mother, froze mid-sentence. Sarah's smile faltered. I blended into the crowd, unrecognized as anything more than a guest. But what no one knew was that I now owned 71% of the project. A hidden clause I had drafted years ago gave me majority rights once the primary investor pulled out. When Patricia took the stage to preach about family and loyalty, Sarah strutted beside her, ready to humiliate me. That's when Marcus stepped forward. He raised his glass. "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's project is no longer the Morrison Legacy Tower. It is now Sterling International Holdings, majority owned by Julia Morrison." The ballroom erupted. Phones lit up. Reporters scribbled notes. Patricia's face drained of color. Sarah screamed, "She's not even family." Marcus smirked, "She's not just family. She's your boss, your landlord, and the owner of everything you thought was yours." I walked onto the stage, microphone in hand, and for the first time in my life, every eye was on me. 15 years of rejection, betrayal, and sacrifice came rushing out as I revealed every fraud, every embezzlement, every secret Sarah had tried to bury. Screens displayed evidence for all to see. The crowd gasped. My family shrank in their seats. This wasn't revenge for revenge's sake. This was justice, strategy, survival. For the first time, I wasn't invisible. I was undeniable. As I stepped off the stage, I thought about all the people who've ever been underestimated, overlooked, or treated as less. So I want to ask you, have you ever been in a situation where you were dismissed, only to realize later you held the winning card all along? Share your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about courage, strategy, and taking back your power.